Now I'm going to run through all the 2-year-olds real quick for you, just to let everybody know how they're doing, what they're up to, and when they're coming back. I did this last week. There's no reason I can't continue to do this. Just reiterate how they are. AL Sund is coming back first week of December as we had projected. Looking to have a good 3-year-old season with her. She had some real high points. The best race of her life was her first race, but she did win a grassroots. She did overcome that roughness in Scioto to win, then had an abysmal race in Delaware, and I would say an equally poor race her next start in Dayton. So AL Sund, time off, let her mature, bring her back first week of December. Anteros is training. He'll be ready, as I said. I had him pegged for the 1st of December. Might be a little bit before that, but for sure, for now, we'll go with the 1st of December. Arctic Force is turned out. He's going to go from being turned out over by Classy Lane to going to Florida with Doug Brown. He'll be turned out until the first week of December there, and then he'll start him back. Beach Bum BB is back now. Good news for her. Dr. Llewellyn looked at her throat today and has decided that she doesn't need any sort of surgery in his opinion. And I value his opinion quite a bit. He's one of the foremost experts on throats, definitely in this country. And he told me he didn't see anything wrong there. There may be some muscles or something that are extra tight in her neck when she gets stressed that causes that palate to be in question. But aside from that, he said mechanically he doesn't see anything in her throat other than a lot of pimples. But as we know, that's a maturity thing with these babies. Bottle of Red will be coming back soon. I would suggest next week. Next week. I'm going to bring... Wait, no, November 1st. I'm going to bring Bottle of Red and Miss Mischief Maker back for November the 1st. That will be loads of time for them. Brush Cut's back going now. Kevin said his foot looks good. The quarter crack's growing down. He looks sound and sharp. So he's back jogging now. Cabernet will race within the next week at one of the venues, either Flamborough or London. Not sure which one yet. Qualified well, expecting big things from Cabernet, but going to give her lots of time to mature. You know, I always have to continue to remind people she's a $7,500 yearling that did have, from a layman's standpoint, now it wasn't the technical jargon that was used, but from a layman's standpoint, almost a heart attack when she trained back in the spring. She missed the remainder of the season and is back looking good now. Won a mile and 2-1 the other day, but that was a really good mile given the wind and the track. Very happy with what I've seen from her. She will be ready to, well, she is ready to go right now. She'll race within the next week. What else are we at? Canadian Titan has turned out. She's going to get lots of time. I think, what's the date? First part of December, she'll come back. Capistrano, same thing for her. Classic Con is, if he's not back now, he'll be back within the next 48 hours to regain his training. Compass Rose DC, first part of December with her, as most of the horses are. Don't Believe Me, Just Watch is racing on Thursday. If he makes the final, he'll race next week. If he doesn't make the final, that's it for him for the year. He'll get a good 6 weeks off. Emerald Miss is back jogging now at Kevin's Barn. When we fill Kevin's Barn up, the first overflow horse, so to speak, will be Emerald Miss, and she would likely go back to Jason. But for now, she is in Kevin's Barn. Enduring Strength is going to race Thursday. Same type of a deal here with Enduring Strength and Don't Believe Me, Just Watch. If they make the final, they'll race in the final. If they don't, that's it for them for the year. A good 6 weeks off for them. Excellent Nation is back training now under Harry. He looks really, really good. I saw him the other day. He looked fantastic. Saw him jogging on the track today. He looked good again. Another horse I saw jogging on the track today that looked good, Forged in Fire. Harry said he's going to start training him this week. A little surprised. I thought he'd be back training November 1st. Harry said, no, he looks like $1 million. He is going to train starting this week. Frontier Cruise raced great last week. Third, beat a length in 55. Came from off the pace. Big deal for this horse, who's really only won races on the front, beating up on cheaper horses. These were, that mile the other day was a good mile, and hopefully another hurdle he's passed and another turning point in his racing career. Giddy Up Max is going to be out till the 1st of December. Globetrotting is the first also eligible. So as I said to one of our clients, she is on red alert all week. If she draws in, she will be ready to go. If she doesn't draw in, she'll be heading out to the field for a good 8 weeks off. She'll be one of the last ones to come back in December. Harness AM will come back the first week of December. Lots of growth, hopefully, with her. She's out, right now she's out at Winterwood in Ohio. So another probably 6 weeks for her in Winterwood. Hometown Boys is back now, I believe. Now, I moved Hometown Boys down to Kevin's barn. No big deal with Mario. It's just Kevin trains them a little harder and trains them a lot like I would. And that's the good thing about having a lot of trainers is a little bit of everything, right? All different assortment of flavors of ice cream. So when it comes to Harry, he needs to take his time and go easy. Mario, maybe very similar. Kevin, a little more of a drill sergeant. Much like myself, I like to make sure they're trained and that they're ready to go when they're supposed to be ready to go. And that is exactly where Hometown Boys needs to be. I'll play it alone. He'll come back in very soon, this week maybe. He'll go back down to Jason's barn this week when we bring him back in. Inland Beach, first part of December for her. Jailhouse Master just got out to the field. He needed time off in the stall because of that line in his foot, breaking his foot. He's good now. The guy just messaged me an hour ago, said the horse is sound. I said he has to go in a small paddock for 2 weeks. Then the vet's going to look at him, and then it'll be full rest for him. He'll be the last horse to come back in of all the 2-year-olds. Johan is going on the wheel for a week. Then we'll start back jogging him. He's a fresh gelding. That was my fault. He should have been gelded back when he injured himself back in June. But he's a gelding now. We'll start jogging him back next week. He's had lots of field time and lots of time on the walker. We'll continue to use the walker for the rest of the week and then start towards the end of the week or the first of next week. He'll be back in the harness jogging. Just for Me and You went out to the field this week. She's going to be first part of December. She'll be back in. Knockdown Dragout. I think we nailed it down. I didn't think Aki Svanstedt would be able to take this filly. Got a big burn. I didn't know if he'd be able to focus on her. I had reached out to his wife on Facebook and said, hey, I know that Aki doesn't speak great English. Pretty good, actually. Better than I thought he did when I spoke to him in person in the paddock the other night. I'd spoke to him and said, we have this filly and she's been a bit of a handful, but you guys had the sire, obviously, Sebastian K, and she said Knockdown Dragout. She knew the filly. She said we watched her race. Obviously, we had high hopes for her, same as we did. They had the sire. He said, now, none of my 2-year-olds coming 3 go to Florida. They all stay in New Jersey. Only the babies go to Florida. He said, I spend most of my time in New Jersey. Is that okay? Sure. He told us his price. He said he's ready to take her anytime. So we had kind of agreed upon the first part of November. So we'll see. I still have to hammer this out with all of our clients, but it looks like Knockdown Dragout might be heading to the Aki Svanstedt stable in New Jersey. Marzank Hanover jogged last week, looked like $1 million. Really, really happy with what I've seen from her, and she'll start next week, and then I believe she starts the Autumn Series right after that. Miss Brampton Beast is in to go Thursday night into tonight. What am I saying? She's in to go tonight at Mohawk Race 6. Miss Mischief Maker will be coming back in with Bottle of Red first part of November. Muscle Chrome will be coming back soon. I would say she'll be back in before the end of October. Nancy Allison will be coming back in towards the end of November. We'll bring Nancy. I was going to bring her back early, but I want to give her lots of time. She'll be coming back in towards the end of November. Need Your Opinion first part of December. She'll be back in. Olympic Hopeful, we talked about her in Angie's barn. She's in Florida. She'll be coming back to Illinois for Angie and Rob in the springtime. Overdue Mission, first part of December, same as Path of Totality. Both these fillies will be coming back in the first week or two of December. Really Blue Chips heading to Florida with Doug Brown, probably the first week in November, I suspect. Rooney Blue Chip is back now in the Kevin McMaster barn. I think this is a good spot for this guy. He'll be a good fit for Kevin and Kevin's crew down there. Rose Run Valiant and Rose Run Versatile both be coming back in. Actually, Rose Run Versatile should be coming back soon. Rose Run Versatile, first part of December. Sebastian Yu will be coming back with Rose Run Versatile, I suspect the first week or the end of October, first week in November. Sometimes things happen. We'll get lots of time. He'll be coming in the last load, first part of December, spending that money. Also, same thing. Last part of the early part of December, one of the last loads, those 2 horses will be on. Spirit of Dio will be heading to John Boutenshane in Florida within, I'd say the same thing, around the first part of November. We'll send her up to Florida, down to Florida. Sunshine and Shade raced great last week. Looking for a big rebound from this guy. I'd love to see what he can do when he's healthy, and I think James will cut him loose this week. Not the end of the world. He gets to drop down and race in the Autumn Series right after this. So excited to see him this week, but really excited to see what he's going to do in the Autumn Series. Susie K is going to come back a little bit earlier. She'll probably come back on the load with Rose Run Versatile and Susie and Sebastian Yu, only because Susie's going to race a little bit in the winter. We may sell her in January. A couple of our clients asked why we didn't sell her in the last sale. Maybe we should have. Maybe we should have. So Susie K will be coming back with Sebastian Yu and Rose Run Versatile. Trafalgar's going to train at the track Thursday morning with Easton Ivy. So Trafalgar, probably 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, somewhere around there. Thursday morning at Mohawk. Watch Ev, he'll be back in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that. We'll bring him back first or second week, probably second week in November. Wiggle Delights, race 1 tonight at Mohawk. I'm going to drive her for the first time. Willpower Fashion just landed today at the Turnout Farm. He's going to get a good... He's not coming back. He'll be on the last load. He'll come back the second week in December. And then Zeb Sunshine, he should actually come back a little earlier. I'm going to say at worst, at latest, first part of December, we'll bring in Zeb's Sunshine. So that's all of them. That's all the that's all the 2-year-olds. I talked about all of the babies. I talked about all the babies. I talked about all the stables. Gave you guys an update from the sale in London. Both horses we got. Talked about the third horse that was sent to us from Jody. You'll also have videos hooked onto this email of those 3 horses jogging today. Bought them yesterday. They all jogged today. They were all really, really good about it. They will all go... they will all be on your email also. So, Amy's glasses can't be in Daddy's car. They gotta go. I will talk to you guys soon. I had a great weekend. As I said, still all smiles from Friday. And also, as I said too, we will be at the sale in Indiana. We have people on the ground that are going to take some pictures and some videos if we find some horses we like. And most importantly, much like the London sale, but really important, if you don't speak up, there's a good chance we're not buying any. I'd like to get a couple of Indiana breds. We already have 2. I'd like to have 4 for next year. Very happy with both Carry a Big Stick and Fox Valley Britska so far. So I would like to get a couple more, but if we don't, we don't. That will be up to you. Anyway, thanks very much. Very happy with all the emails and messages we got both on Friday and then again throughout the sale and after the sale. Harrisburg is coming very soon. It will be upon us. I'm doing my homework for Indiana for the next 3 or 4 days, and then I'll be letting everybody know about Harrisburg. Anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. I'm going to go in and get something to eat, have a little nap. Off to the races tonight. Take care.